Hello, and welcome to another episode of Bedspreads and Pocketbooks. I am your host, Alfreda Ellington. This is where I take the time to take my pocketbook and dump it on your bedspread. We're going to go through everything in my pocketbook, which is my brain, honey, and which is a bunch of randomness. Which is a bunch of randomness. We're going to go through those things. You're like, girl, toss this out. You don't need that anymore. That ain't no good. Or, girl, hold on to that. That's a good idea. That's a good thought. Whatever that is, comment below, like, share, follow me. I'm excited to share my thoughts that's in my brain. I am so glad to be here tonight. This is a show where we're going to have a good time. We're going to laugh and talk some things up, talk some things out. I like to do little segments, and the first segment is called What Y'all Doing? What y'all doing? I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I am preparing for back to school. Back to school. Now, I have one graduate. I had one to graduate in June, but now the school has started back. I have a sophomore. I have one more child left until I'm an empty nester. He is 14 years old. He will be 15 in September, and we are preparing for back to school. Preparing for back to school. Now, preparing for back to school is normally a little bit stressful for me. I'm not gonna lie. I get nervous because we wait until last minute. Why do you wait until last minute? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't like to see school start, because that's that routine where we are checking to make sure homework's happening. That's where football practice is in full effect. We got games on Friday. We are back in routine where I know I have to be somewhere doing something every single day. Not gonna lie to you, not a fan of it. When the kids be excited about school ending, I'll be like, school is ending. School is ending. We are about to wrap this year up. Praise God. I am pumped, but we going back, and so I don't show that, sad face, because my children be like, well, Mama, if you don't feel like we need to go to school, what we going to school for? We ain't got time for that. I'm not going to jail, and y'all going to school. That's what we going to do. We are going to school. But one of the things my son's high school is going to is clear backpacks. If you want to put a child in a which way, especially a child who is a creature of habit, which is my son, my 14-year-old, put him in a clear backpack. He's been carrying one of those LL Bean backpacks since, and if y'all don't know what LL Bean is, honey, it's a little backpack company online that has been around since I was a child. Now, I didn't have no LL Bean backpack, honey. I had what was on sale at Walmart. But because I felt like I wanted my child to have something I didn't have, I got the LL Bean backpack and put his little monogram on it. But he's been carrying one since kindergarten. And he stuffs everything but the kitchen sink in that backpack. Everything but the kitchen sink. I be like, what you got in that backpack? They're not doing that this year because they've had a lot of guns brought to the school, which we do not have time for. They had 3 guns at my son's high school they found over the course of the year. They said they're not doing that this year. So they have metal detectors now, and they have clear backpacks. Honey, we've had this conversation about these backpacks 37 times. Mama, they said we can carry this kind of backpack. We can carry that one. You're going to carry that clear one. A clear one. So I did get his mind together for what is like a smoked out looking clear backpack. Nobody said anything to him. It's clear. You can see it. It just got a little darkening to it. He got him a clear lunchbox we had to fuss about, and a clear football bag because he's a football player. So he has a clear football bag that he puts all of his clothes in. He's like, everybody's going to see what I have for lunch. They're going to be asking for my lunch. Honey, ain't nobody going to be asking for that lunch. Nobody wants your Lunchables and your, and your fruit snacks. In high school, nobody wants that. They can probably try to offer you a lunch. That's what they're going to do because they see what you eat, and you're still eating like a kindergartner. But that's my baby. Nonetheless, but he's been ticked off about it. We've been searching for clothes, honey. What I normally do, I like to go and buy my child the school shirts for the particular school. So we do that on orientation day, on that registration day, not orientation day. On that registration day, we go and buy the school shirts and all of that. And then In turn, he wears those, and then I order slacks from the local Walmart. Yes, I do. I order slacks from the local Walmart. So we've been getting ourselves together for our sophomore year. He's pumped. He's ready to go, and he's not excited about the backpack, but he will be okay. But he's not worried about anything else about school. He just don't. He is a creature of habit, and that's not it. I even called me and said, "Do y'all have clear backpacks?" And they like, "Ma'am, hang his phone up." Look, I just wanted to ask. I know y'all really truly a camping website, but I just need to ask. I don't know. You don't know unless you ask. But I did find a large one where he could shove everything in there, but he just don't want to carry it, period. What we're not going to do is argue about these backpacks. You're going to put the backpack on, Captain, and wear it and be glad. The next thing that's coming up, the update on Miss Carlee Russell. Ma'am, what was you doing, dog? What was happening? What happened, Carlee? What happened, friend? What happened? So as you know, Carlee Russell was found. Carlee Russell was found. And it turns out Carlee set her own self up. She set herself up because she was up. The rumor has it that she was possibly upset with a boyfriend, and so she wanted to fake her kidnapping, or I'm not sure. And some people are saying that she possibly had a mental breakdown. Mental health to me is so touchy. It's so touchy. If this was a mental issue, she's bipolar, she was whatever, I don't know what to say, because mental health is so serious. And a lot of times people walk away from homes. People are, they just do a lot of things that are not normal. Now, this case is not normal, but it's also saying to me that I was hurt and I wanted somebody to feel bad for me. Like, she was breaking up with her boyfriend. Now her boyfriend is supposedly speaking out and saying what she did wasn't right and but probably what y'all was both doing together wasn't right. I feel bad for her. I feel like she wanted some attention and she got it, but it wasn't the best way to get it. Saying that a baby was on the side of the road. And the key thing is, the red flags for me, what everybody else has said, that everybody passed up this baby on the road besides her, and she just happened to pull over. When the expressway was pretty crowded from the cameras. And the camera footage that they had on the side of the road, I couldn't make heads or tails of it. But baby, the online community is serious about zooming in. I don't know what kind of equipment y'all got at the house, but I'm going to need y'all to come here and help me get my setup together. Y'all was zooming in and it was all pixelated, talking about, there go the man right there. I don't see no baby. I saw the baby. Honey, y'all ain't see nothing, because there was nothing on the video to see besides her pulling her snacks out of the car. See her pulling out her granola bars and stuff out of her Target bag. Well, Carlee, I'm glad you're home safely. I pray for her family who supported her, and the mama stuck beside her. She said, "Is that your child right there?" She said, "Yeah." You gonna stick beside her? I'm gonna stick beside him. Yeah, that's mine. And she stuck beside her. In that interview, she was like, they tried to comb her hair. They didn't touch her, but she don't know because she was knocked out. Her mama was in with it. Now, Daddy, on the other hand, he was just like, I don't know what my baby done. I just know she was lost and now she found. They didn't know. No judgment here, Carlee. I just want you to get the help that you need, baby. And if you was hurt over your boyfriend, if it's a mental health issue, get the help that you need. I'm sorry this has had to happen. I'm sorry that, what you set out to do didn't work. I just want you to get the help, friend. I do. I want you to get the help, and I want you to get some rest. Get some much needed rest. Now, baby, I am all in for these aliens. Yes, the next thing up is these aliens. They had a whole congressional hearing that I was at work with AirPods in listening to. Yes, there was 3 gentlemen that sat there, and I believe one of them may have been a commercial airline pilot. I know 2 were from the Air Force. I can't tell you exactly where they were from. But, baby, they were spilling the beans saying, yes, we saw aliens. One guy saw a aircraft, a white aircraft, hovering over the water. When they got close to it, the sucker took off. The next man said he's seen them in the lab. He said, I have seen the alien life forms. Now, they didn't actually call them alien life forms. They called them, I don't know, they called them some kind of visitors. I'm not exactly for sure, but they said they saw them. They said the aliens is real. They're here. Now I've heard a couple of little speeches. Now some people say that the aliens is friendly. This gentleman said that he's seen people being attacked, like being attacked and hurt and all of that. I can't tell you. I can't make heads or tails out of it. Now what I do say is I believe him. I do, but what I just don't want. I don't want nobody attacking us or hurting us or nothing like that. I don't want nobody bothering us, anything like that. But really, I ain't got time to think about it. It's a lot of things happening here. And if they want to come here and be a part of this foolishness that we got going on, honey, come on in and sit down. And also, I just want to also know if you're going to come, do you love the Lord? Is your heart right? Do you want to come and know him as your personal savior, honey? I want to get the aliens saved. Do you know Jesus? Honey, he's coming back for his people. Are you gonna be ready to go back with him if that's the case? That's what I want to know. Is your heart right? So they saying the aliens is real. I ain't got no qualms about it. I don't think I have a thought about it either way. I mean, if y'all hear it, calm down. Don't act no fool. Don't act up. Don't try to tear us up. Don't try to kill us. Don't. Y'all waste. Obviously, y'all got. Your equipment is way high past the quality that we have, because they said they made their machines scramble, cut off, cut back on, all of that stuff. So the equipment that y'all have, y'all bomb. Y'all not a 5G. Y'all a 17 gigabyte, whatever that may be, honey. Y'all something amazing that we don't know nothing about. So y'all come and teach us all those things, but don't come here acting no fool, because we got enough of that going on. Honey, sit down, take a seat. Take a number, take a seat. Don't come here acting no fool. And we won't bother y'all, and y'all don't bother us. That's all I'm going to say to you, aliens. And is your heart right with the Lord? Do you know Jesus and the pardon of your sins, honey? Yes, because John 3:16 says, for God so loved the world, honey. He loves you too. The world, you included. You included. Whosoever. You the whosoever, Mr. Alien. You too. All right. The next thing up, honey, is Mitch McConnell. I got a lot of things on what y'all doing today. A lot of things. Mitch McConnell, what happened? Mitch McConnell is from where I'm at. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. Mitch McConnell is here. He's here. I want to know, he's supposed to represent Kentucky. He's not here. I guess he spends a lot of his time in Washington. But Mitch needs to go sit down. Mitch is tired. I feel like Mitch had a full-blown TIA in front of us. A TIA is like maybe a small stroke in front of us. He froze. He froze like somebody said boo, and he said, like the aliens had come to suck his brain a little bit, because he just wasn't moving. And Mitch McConnell, I do have feelings about Mitch. Mitch has not been the friendliest man to African Americans, and his ways are not those of the Lord. I feel like most of the time while he has been in public office, he has not looked out for Kentucky as he should have. He has caused a lot of ruckus in office. He gave Obama the blues while he was there, but I don't want to see anybody hurt. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not clapping because he got sick, but he's old. Mitch he has made public office his career as being a state senator, and now as I guess he is one of the head leaders of the Senate. He has he's ruffled a few feathers in his time. He's caused a lot of issues, a lot of problems, and he's represented Kentucky the entire time. So I just need Mitch. Your time is done, and it's okay to know when to hold them. As Kenny Rogers would say, know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away. I think it's time, Mitch. I think it's time to walk away, baby. You're tired. You're freezing up on us. Now, people, and they asked, he left and he came back and they said, are you okay? He said, yeah. But first off, I'm going to point this out to you. When you work with the senior citizen and they're ill, I just want to put that out there to you. And they ready to go, and you ask them if they ready to go lay down. You say, are you ready to go back to your room and lay down? And he go, that's exactly what he did. They said, you got anything else to say, Mitch? And he said, you ready to, you want to go to your office? He said, honey, he didn't know what happened. He didn't have a clue. But then they brought him back in the same press conference for him to say something. Sir, go sit down. We don't have we don't need to hear nothing else you got to say. Mitch, go sit down. Honey, you're tired. You're sick. You're ill. Go lay down. Go see the doctor. If I froze up like that, honey, I'm not getting back on no camera. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go sit my behind down. I want to go see the doctor. I want somebody to run an MRI, a brain scan, honey, something with some contrast in it so y'all can see, do a PET scan on me. I want you to go in depth. What happened to this brain? Why did I freeze up like I did? I need somebody to talk to me. Tell me what's going on. I'm not getting in front of no camera in front of the American people to say what. Y'all just saw what happened. I can't tell you what happened. You just saw it. You tell me. Good Lord. Honey, and so my question to you is, should there be a cap on public office? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. Biden's falling all the time. Mitch up here freezing. We don't have time for it. Everybody go sit down. Let the young ones come in and see what they can do. And if they can't, vote them out. Let's get somebody else in there. I'm a firm believer of voting. I have a testimony time for what y'all doing. I got to go see Kev on stage. One of my favorites, honey. I'm going to tell you, he's one of my favorites. Got to go see him live. He came to Louisville, Kentucky. He dogged us for not buying tickets in the beginning. He kept making videos about us saying, we ought to be ashamed. Yes, we ought to be ashamed, but we, as Louisvillians do, we buy tickets at the last minute. And I believe we sold out most of his shows, I believe, after he got on there and made some pleas. But, honey, we got to make sure that check cleared. We got to make sure the job is paying what it needs to pay, and these bills need to be paid before the city gets involved. But I am so excited. I had a really great seat. I have a confession to make while I was there. Honey, I wanted to get a good picture of him because he does not do meet and greets, or he didn't do it on this particular stop. He didn't do a meet and greet. But I got to meet Josh, and I got to meet Tahir, which both of them super kind, super friendly, very funny. Got to take pictures with them. Very cordial. Got free t-shirts, free merch. Super excited about that. But let me tell you what I did with Kev. Kev was about to get on stage. He was texting. He was over there, leaned up against the wall. And I was like, I have got to get a good picture of him. I have been following him for years. So I love him. I love Angel. I love his wife. I love Mel. I love Gooseby. And I love Tank. I love all of them. I do. I watch all their shows. I'm a fan. I'm just gonna say it. I'm a fan, and I was fanning out, and I seen them leaning up against the wall. And in my time, I've met many stars because I used to volunteer for galas and stuff during the Kentucky Derby time. So I've met quite a few stars and in my time. But this person in particular, I'm a fan because I'm a fan of his work and I'm a fan of his testimony. So therefore, I'm a fan. And so he was leaned up against the wall, and I said, I'm going to get a good picture. But because I'm old, honey, I recorded. And if you know anything about your phone recording in the dark, honey, why that light come on? And you're not supposed to have no phones in that thing. And that joke and that light came on, it lit up the whole area. It said, poof. I could feel the light going. You know when you hit those lights in the gym to go poof? I felt like my thing said poof and highlighted the whole area. I was like, oh. And I put my head down. Why did he come over, tapped me on the shoulder? He said, what you doing? You see, you trying to do something that you're not supposed to be doing. And I fell out laughing. I was so embarrassed, but I was so excited at the same time. I was like, oh my God. And he started laughing, and he was like, you all right? And then he knew I was embarrassed, and he went on, he got on stage, and he did his show. Excellent show. Just a good personality. His people who opened for him were excellent, did an amazing job. I enjoyed it the entire show. I fanned out the whole night. I was so excited, and I was so grateful just to be a part. So I got to see him. I got to see Kevin on stage, and I was super excited about it. All right, here's the next segment. Not to get in your business, but not to get in your business, but do we still dress up for special occasions? Why do you ask this, Frida? Why? Because I'm just curious. I feel like funerals, I've been seeing short sets. Weddings, I've been seeing people wearing shorts. And yeah, yes, it's summertime. Yes, it may have been an outdoor wedding. Yes, the funeral home may have been hot, or the church that they've had the funeral home may have been hot. But what we doing, y'all? Are we dressing up anymore or not? Are we not putting on? Are we just going cash everywhere we go? Back in the day, I remember my father. Now, my father is older. My father is definitely older. He's in heaven now. That's how much older he is. But he was an older gentleman, but he used to get dressed to go to the doctor. He used to put on a pair of dress slacks and a butterfly collar, honey, tucked everything into the socks, honey, and was dressed and ready to hit the streets to go see the doctor. He wanted to be on the same level and playing field as the physician. And he believed in dressing up. I'm just curious, are we not dressing up no more? I feel like for funerals, you should at least try to put on a pair of slacks. Now, I know back in the day, they were like, don't be wearing red. I don't wear all black. Put on a light color that, symbolizes life and da-da-da-da. But now, baby, we saying, I'm not getting dressed for this. But why? Why are we not putting on pants? I guess I'm a woman of a certain age, so I'm just like, are we not dressing up? Do y'all dress up for dates? Do you dress up for your date? Now, I'm a woman married I'll be 21 years, August 24. But I dress up for our dates. I like to put on nice clothes. Now, every now and then, if we're just, taking that ride around town, that kind of date or whatever. Now, I am going to wear my shorts, but if you're going to take me to dinner, I'm going to put me on a dress because I want to feel like a lady. I want to feel, what you want to feel like? I want to feel like a lady. So I'm curious to know, are we dressing up or nah anymore? Is that not the thing to do? I want to dress up. I feel like we should. And I dress up for church as well. Now, I don't dress up like if we've got youth Sunday because they want us to wear jeans and look like the kids. But I wear dresses for church. But I sing in the choir too. So, you gotta kind of, you still got to keep a church way about you if you're going to do that. But I'm just curious, are y'all not dressing up anymore? Are you not? Now, I understand, like, going to the grocery store, but I do believe in having your hair combed if you're going to the grocery store. Please don't come out in your bonnet. Wear you a high pony. Put it in a pony. Put a hat on. Whatever. But don't come out with your head with that bonnet on and them night pants. I don't believe in it. Put you on, get you some of them, those jogging pants that are, are those lounge sets. Get you a couple of lounge sets and put those on and have them in your repertoire so you can pull them out. But I think we should dress up. It just gives a certain little to your day. Makes you feel good when you get up and get dressed. Because, honey, I feel like on those days where I barely wash my face, barely brush my teeth, and we just running to put some gas in the car or running to go pay a bill or something, that the whole everybody in the city I'm running into people from high school, and the first thing they're gonna be like, girl, how you doing? And you start looking bad like, girl, I'm doing all right, trying to hide and ain't looking good. Go ahead and put your hair in a ponytail, honey. I'm doing good. Running some errands, letting them know. I done threw some rags on, done ran some errands. Want to let them know that I ain't really doing all that bad. So I'm just curious. Are we dressing up or nah? We ain't doing that no more. Are we even saying nah anymore? I still say nah. But for interviews, those online interviews, are y'all dressing up? What are you putting on? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I've done a couple of interviews for my job. I'm on a committee that helps with that. And baby, honey, I done seen Def Leppard t-shirts and those Kiss t-shirts. I've seen our interviewers having on little baseball t-shirts and all that stuff. I'm just like, this is real cash. Real cash. I feel like any other place this would not go for. I feel like you should have on, even if you're wearing pajama bottoms at the bottom, at least dress up the top half of you. I don't know. It's a different day. Tell me what your thoughts are. I want to know. I want to know what everybody's out here doing. All right. Next is wifey thoughts. Wifey thoughts. I I struggled with this a little bit because I wanted to see what I wanted to tell the women. But one of the things with wifey thoughts, for a wife, you always think about the Proverbs 31 woman. And one of the things that stand out to me, and what I'm doing is I'm flipping in my Bible to Proverbs 31 because I do want to read to verses 27, I believe it is. Now, this is what I want to say about that. When you think about the Proverbs 31 woman, it's like, I can't keep up with all she was doing. She was selling clothes, making dinners, and dun. I just want to make it clear. The Proverbs 31 woman was a boss. A boss. She was not at home cooking and cleaning. She had servants to do that. She watched over the affairs of her home. That's what it made it clear. She watched over the affairs of her children, her home, and her husband. That was her business. But she also sold clothes to the merchants. She purchased items and did her business. She took care of things. She had servants to take care of those business things. Why? Because she was business minded. A woman about her business. She minded her business and took care of things where she could take care of her husband and her home, where her children rose up and said, that woman there is blessed. Husband rose up and said, that woman there, my wife, honey, my good thing is blessed. Let's make sure as wives, as girlfriends, as soon-to-be wives, woman in waiting. I want to give you the right term if you're not married, to be about your business. Be about your business, not just thinking, well, I need to, when I get married, I'm gonna submit. No, you submit for sure, because as your husband follows Christ, and as you're following the leader of your home, you're also taking care of business at home too, and making sure your business outside is done as well as inside. And if you've got to get the help to make sure things are taken care of, you do that if you have the ability to do it financially well. But if not, if you have children, you put them to work to help you so you can continue to be the boss that you need to be. But take care of business. Make sure that your home is taken care of. Also, indoors and outdoors. Make sure that your church life is where it needs to be. Your relationship with Christ is where it needs to be. And that your relationship, most of all, with your husband is where it needs to be, because you follow him as he follows Christ. The things are just lined up just so. It tells you right here, the Proverbs 31 woman was about her business in the household as well as outside of the household. That she did things that benefited her household. That she wasn't in the home ragging to her husband, but she was about her business. And I believe also if she had all these things in order, she had her relationship with God in order. That's the first and foremost thing. That's the most important. That she had a relationship, I believe, with Christ, because she was able to submit to her husband, and where they rise up and call her blessed, and then she was able to take care of her children, where they in turn rose up and called her blessed. You can't do all those things without the Lord. You can't do all those things. You can't be a great businesswoman without following in the footsteps of God. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Just make sure your things are lined up and in order. If you need to take time to reset so you can get things in order, do that, friend. Do it. Reset. Take time to reset. You know how many times I've reset? Honey, reset sometimes 2-3 times a day. Don't you worry about it. But take that time to reset. If you're like, okay, I'm not in the way that I need to be. I'm keeping up more hell in the home than I am, bringing peace to it, or making sure things are in order. If you feel like, well, I'm not getting the help that I need or whatever else. Sometimes if your children are older, you got to learn how to put them to work, and also help put your husband to work, because we're all a team here in the house. There's no big U's and little I's. Everybody's taking care of business. If you have little children, Focus on your little children. And if you have that 15, 20 minutes of time to take out for you, if you want to build a business, or if you want to make sure that you're still in contact with the outside world, doing whatever you want to do, then take that time. But make sure you schedule it in there to take care of that time for you too, to start lining up things. But just putting yourself on a time schedule and being able to do that. But most of all, make time for God. So all of these things can fall in order, that your business on the outside is good on the outside as well as it is on the inside. So I just want to encourage everybody who is ladies in waiting and wives to encourage you to take care of your business. Be that boss that God has called you to be. Not just a docile woman just sitting off to the side waiting for her husband to tell her what to do. You're taking care of business. You're doing what you need to do. Your relationship with God as well. Your relationship with your husband as well. Your relationship with your children as well. That's what's important. Those are the things. And all these other things will start falling in line and in place. But make sure you take time out for you. All right. The next thing is free to sunshine. Free to sunshine. I just want to encourage you just for a moment. That's the point where I'm able to encourage. And I just want to encourage you in Psalms 91. Another scripture that just encourages my heart. And I want to read that to you as well. It says, whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowlers of snare, and will be and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. That is Proverbs 91, 1 through 11, that no harm will come to you. So do not fear. Make God your refuge. Make Him your dwelling place. I want to encourage you today that if you seek Him out, if you seek Him first, you make Him your refuge and Him your resting place, your dwelling place, you're going to be all right. No reason to fear. That He says that harm can be all around you. Trouble can be all around you, but you won't be hurt from it because you've made God your dwelling place. So that is what I want to encourage you with today. Go and be well. I've shooken out my pocketbook. I've told you everything that I know. Honey, we've had a good time on here tonight. We've had some laughs. We've had some questions being asked, some discussion to happen, hopefully in the comment section. I just want to encourage you guys today. Go be great. Have an amazing, amazing day. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.